in tonight's headlines, Chief Executive John Lee highlights Hong Kong's unique advantages as he welcomes delegates for the Asian Financial Forum. Mainland authorities strengthened Hong Kong's role as an offshore yuan financing hub, offering $13.6 billion in liquidity to promote yuan funding. And the Center for Food Safety urges dim sum restaurants to reduce sodium content in their dishes.
Welcome to Hong Kong and the 18th Asian Financial Forum.
Welcoming business leaders, economists, investors, entrepreneurs, and policymakers from more than 50 countries and regions, Chief Executive John Lee made a big pitch to promote Hong Kong in his opening remarks. Addressing the audience under the theme of powering the next growth engine, Lee highlighted the SAR status as a financial hub and a strategic location, bringing East and West together.
Thanks to one country, two systems, we enjoy the strong support of our country, China, while developing ever-expanding global ties, making Hong Kong the world's foremost superconnector and super value adder. Our established common law regime dovetails with the legal system of many major global financial hubs. Our professionals are proficient in both Chinese and English and well-versed with the business practice of both China and the rest of the world.
Finance Chief Paul Chan stressed on Hong Kong's unique business environment, which is aligned with the latest technology and cutting-edge research.
With strong basic research capabilities and a vibrant startup ecosystem, Hong Kong strategically focuses on building our strengths in AI, biotech, fintech, and new energy and new materials.
Also attending the forum at the Convention and Exhibition Center in Wan Chai was Pan Gongsheng, Governor of the People's Bank of China. He said Beijing will significantly increase the proportion of its national foreign exchange reserves and asset allocation in the city. He stressed the city's advantages of having priority access to the mainland market while maintaining all the characteristics of an international city. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
In a further boost to the SAR's status as an international financial center, Mainland authorities have implemented measures to establish a new yuan funding facility for banks and businesses, making Hong Kong an offshore financing hub for the national currency. The move will also give mainland investors access to invest in foreign currency bonds in the city by purchasing the same in yuan. Offering a liquidity of 100 million yuan, the People's Bank of China and the Hong Kong Monetary Authority will help banks offer yuan funding to their customers. Pan Gongsheng, governor of PBOC, said the measure will encourage more high-quality enterprises to list and issue bonds in Hong Kong. HKMA Chief Executive Eddie Yu, who wants to make the yuan more accessible globally, said it will make companies and banks feel more comfortable to use yuan to settle trade.
Flu cases in the city are likely to peak in 2 to 3 weeks' time as Hong Kong moves ahead in the influenza season. Commenting on the low vaccination rate among school children, Lau Yulong, chairman of the Scientific Committee on Vaccine-Preventable Diseases, said disclosing names of schools who did not arrange on-campus vaccinations for students will put the educational institutions under undue pressure.
參加咗之後，只不過係俾家長多咗一個選擇，去打定係唔打。
However, the parents are still free to choose whether to let their children take the flu jabs, and their rights must be respected, said Lau. The health expert also suggested that schools not participating in the program could be required to provide reasons, allowing authorities to assist them in addressing their difficulties.
令到學校咧就覺得好似哇，即係好似即係對付啲小學生或者咩咁即係嗱你冇參與或者缺席咁擺上網咁。
Legislative Councillor Lawrence Tan said putting pressure on schools would be useless. On the contrary, the government should list out the schools who participated in the outreach program and encourage other schools to join as well. The controller of the Center for Health Protection earlier urged schools that have not yet set a date for vaccination to arrange the jab as soon as possible in the next 2 weeks to protect students' health. Anna Chan, Cable News. Specialized task force led by Undersecretary for Security Michael Churk met with officials from the Thai Ministry of Justice and members of the Anti-Trafficking Committee to voice concerns over SAR residents getting lured into high-paying job scams. The 3-day trip includes visits to the Chinese Embassy and the Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office in Bangkok, as well as meeting with Thai police.
The Minister of Justice give a great importance of our concern, and they have responded positively. And actually, they said they will do their utmost to help for the safe return of the Hong Kong people.
Tang also reiterated that no Hong Kongers were reported to have been forcibly held back in Thailand. Thai authorities are treating the matter seriously and have promised action against any culprits who are involved in the scams. The Security Bureau had received 28 requests for assistance. Among them, 16 have already returned to Hong Kong. The remaining 12 cases, involving 7 men and 5 women, reported restrictions on their movement but were still safe and able to contact their families or the task force. Anna Chan, Cable News.
A study carried out by the Center for Food Safety has revealed that cutting down on sodium levels in dim sum dishes barely alters their taste, urging eateries to use less salt in their cooking. Tasting classics such as siu mai and steamed pork ribs with black bean, out of the 72 taste testers in the study, less than 20% were able to distinguish between the original dish and the revised low-salt version. The center also suggested restaurants to serve sauces separately to allow diners to decide how much salt they want in their food based on their dietary needs.
지금 여기가 어딘지 알아?
Не знає. Ви перебуваєте в Україні.
넌 지금 우크라이나에 있어, 우크라이나.
Ви знали, що ви воюєте проти України?
우크라이나 상대로 싸우는 거 알고 있었지. 몰랐어?
One of the 2 wounded North Korean soldiers captured by Ukrainian forces claims he is unaware of being deployed to Russia to fight the war against Ukraine. He does not wish to go home and wants to stay in Ukraine if possible. While another captive said he wants to go back home to his family. The footage of the prisoners was released on social media by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky yesterday. Zelensky says he is willing to trade the 2 North Korean soldiers in exchange for Ukrainian prisoners of war in Russia, warning there would undoubtedly be more North Korean soldiers captured by Kyiv. Meanwhile, South Korean intelligence officials who interrogated the 2 captives told Parliament that both did not express any intent to defect to the south. It is estimated that North Korea sent at least 10,000 soldiers to help Russia in its invasion of Ukraine. Nearly 300 are believed to have died in the fighting, while 2,700 are wounded. South Korea's National Intelligence Service said Pyongyang has asked his soldiers to kill themselves to avoid capture. There was also evidence suggesting the North Korean authorities have provided compensation, such as food and daily necessities, to the families of deployed soldiers. Anna Chan, Cable News. After a 6-day battle against the deadly wildfires which killed 24 people in Los Angeles, the extent of the damage is slowly getting clearer. Dozens are reported missing. Firefighters had achieved significant progress in containing 6 massive inferno fires which have collectively scorched more than 30,000 acres in the state of California. However, the fire threat still remains very high as strong winds measuring up to 110 km per hour are set to make a comeback later in the week. these gusts could fan flames and whip the blazes up further.
These winds, combined with low humidities and low fuel moistures, will keep the fire threat in all of Los Angeles County very high.
The U.S. National Guard joined the airborne effort to battle the blazes on the ground. The National Weather Service issued red flag warnings for severe fire conditions through Wednesday. In Los Angeles County, 150,000 people are still under evacuation orders. California Governor Gavin Newsom said the wildfires could be the most devastating natural disaster in U.S. history. Flames have reduced whole neighborhoods to smoldering ruins, leveling the homes of the rich and famous and ordinary folk alike, leaving behind an apocalyptic landscape. Over 12,300 structures have been damaged or destroyed. Even so, schools except some in mandatory evacuation zones will reopen today. Anna Chan, Cable News.
Hong Kong stocks continue their downward trend since the start of the year, as the market expectations for a U.S. rate cut have cooled down. The benchmark Hang Seng Index plummeted for the sixth straight trading day, dropping nearly 400 points this morning before closing 1% lower and slipping below the 19,000-point mark. Food delivery platform Meituan hit a 3-month low, dropping 1.9%. Tech giant Baidu declined 2.3%, while e-commerce firm Alibaba gave up almost 2%. Mainland chipmaker SMIC was one of the top performers of the day, soaring 6.1%. Hong Kong's subway operator MTR Corporation shed 4.1% after UK lender HSBC downgraded its stock rating.